I know you said you wanted to go out, but I opened the door and you just stood there and huffed. And then I closed the door. So you missed your chance. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, X Stitch and Chill, and Happy New Year. I think this is me filming my first video of 2025. Oh no, I did 2025 plans. So if you haven't watched my 2025 plans video yet, you should go do that. But here we are. I've been avoiding my office today because it is cold and it's only going to get worse. Today is like a nicer day, but this weekend it's like freezing. Like the wind chill is like -30 or something like that. I don't know. So my office is on the front of the house, which we face north. So if you live in any kind of cold or snowy place and your house faces north, you know the struggles. But yeah, it's supposed to be really cold this weekend. So I've been avoiding my office, but now that I'm like all set up and stuff, I'm like hot. But I have my tea and my cute little, this is not new, but it's the Cheshire Cat teacup. And I've got my favorite Good Earth sweet and spicy tea. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about cross stitch. And try not to spill the tea. No. I didn't mean it like that. Anyway, so yeah, I feel like it's been a while since I have done this. So if you are new here, welcome. My name's Kelsey and this channel is all about cross stitching. And if you are a returning member, welcome back. Or viewer, I guess. I don't have members. But if you enjoy this, make sure that you subscribe and so you can see all the updates, because I have a lot of really fun things going on this year. And yeah, so as a reminder, if you have any questions about any of my projects, there's a link down in the description that goes to a spreadsheet of all of my projects, and you can see like what I'm stitching it on, how many stitches it has, how much I've done, which I try to keep updated. And yeah, I think that's it. So let's get started into new starts. I have some new starts. Yay. The first new start I have several patterns that's art by Chrisabug, and it's charted by Thread Geeks. And I have several of her patterns and I have not started any of them. I think it's one of those things where you like buy a really nice notebook and then you're like, well, I can't use the notebook it has to be used for something special. So I'm like, oh, I can't start at Chrisabug because they're so special. But yeah, and then Thread Geeks just had like a buy two, get two free situation, and I bought more. So slowly collecting all of her patterns. So anyway, so I have started Freya of the Valkyries, and this is a full coverage piece, but it doesn't have a background. So I picked a fun fabric for it. And I started in the middle, so I'm kind of like in her chest area, like between where her arms are, I think. But yeah, so this is my start. And I want to get 10,000 stitches done on this year. So that's like 833 stitches a month. But I am like way ahead, which is good because I know there will be months where I'm way behind. So I have, I think, like 1,500 stitches or something done on this one, so it's looking really good. I've really enjoyed working on it. It's not too, like, it does have a lot of confetti, but it's not like a crazy amount of confetti. I don't know yet, I guess. So because I'm feeling like this is the top of her like chest armor, And then it goes up here into her face. So yeah, it's looking beautiful. All the colors are right there in the middle one. I stole a lot of colors from, what's it called? Tea Room. If you've been around, you know what Tea Room is, but that one has been hibernated for now. I might pick it up eventually, but yeah, so I have most of I stole the floss, but I did have to buy quite a bit. I think it's less than 100 colors, but still it's a lot of colors. So that is Freya of Valkyries, and I'm excited. I keep picking this one up. I've been working on it a lot. Yeah, I don't have a ton of projects going, so it's kind of nice that I can work on some, but I am itching for like a couple new starts, but I'm also not buying anything right now. So yeah, we'll talk about it. All right, and then my second new start is actually not a cross stitch, it's a black work design. So the Steady Thread, she has a ton of amazing patterns that you can find on her Etsy shop. I think she has a website too. And usually things are a little cheaper over on people's websites because Etsy charges a lot of fees. But she does a stitch along every year and it's free. So I'm doing her free blackwork stitch along and I really am enjoying it. I'm actually all cut up. It is very easy to keep up with because all you're doing is like a little circle every week and it takes like an hour to do the circle, if that. So it's nice. It's nice. I really am enjoying it. So I chose, there's a couple different like borders you can choose from. And I chose the scissors. So it's the cute little stork scissors that we all know and love. And I did this one in, so the blue is a Live and Die LA. I think it's Mystic Quest. And then the gold is a DMC. I don't know what color. I'll have to look. But and then I was going to do the circles. So you can see the circles. So these are what you get every week. And I think there's not 52 of them, but I don't remember how many this one has. But yeah, so you have your little intricate black work designs in there. And so originally what I was thinking I would do was use some of the, what is this, Gentle Arts floss that I had left over from my arranging cacti. And so I have this Hibiscus, which is this really nice, like variegated pinky fuchsia color. And I was going to do that. So I'll put a picture in because I think I have a picture of it. So I started doing it with the pink and with the Hibiscus. And I didn't love it. It just didn't feel like it matched. Like it was too bright and too poppy. Like when I thought about it in my head, I remember the color being a little more like raspberry-ish. And that was not the case. So I stitched like 1.5 of the circles in the pink and decided I hated it. So I ripped it out. And then I went to Michael's. Yes, I went to Michael's and just kind of like looked at the floss. And I was like, my sister had been over like a couple days prior. And I like pulled out my stash and I was like, what do you think looks good? And we decided like a purple would look really nice. So we chose, so I pulled out a couple purples and we decided which purple looked the best. But then I decided I had to go get some other floss. So I ended up getting this one for it. And this is 3041. So it's kind of like a muted purpley color. It's not like variegated or anything. It is a DMC, but yeah, 3041. But I really like this. This was the better choice. I thought about driving to my LNS to get like another like Weeks Dyes or Classic Colorworks color to do, so I could have like a fun variegated color, but I didn't feel like driving up there. It's like half an hour away on a good day. So I didn't feel like driving up there, and I am not supposed to be spending money. So yeah, I was like, okay, I don't need to go up there and buy, 2 skeins of it, and because they're only 5 yards, and pay the $2.95 or whatever it is for those. So I decided I was going to just do a DMC, 69 cents. Actually, it was free because my mom had a bunch of rewards vouchers she wasn't going to use. So thanks, Mom. So that is my steady thread stitch along. So it's all black work. So pretty. Next, hold on. The tea is already going to be cold because I'm slow. I'm a very slow tea drinker. I have like a pad over here, but I can't turn it on because my stuff is there and I don't want to set my cross stitch on fire. But I have like a heating pad, so when I put my cup on it, it keeps my tea warm for me because I forget about it. I will like make it in the kitchen, and then like while it's steeping, I'll go to my office and forget about it, and then I'll be like, oh crap, it's cold. So then I gotta heat it up, and yeah, it's fine. So those are my 2 new starts, and they're very fun. The steady thread one is like nice and chill, and I don't have it in markup because I don't know how, I've never even tried to mark off backstitching in markup. So, I mean, I don't do a lot of backstitching anyway. So, for this one, I put it in GoodNotes, and then I just highlight what I've finished because it's all PDFs and stuff. So, if you're doing like a black work or a backstitch heavy one, I recommend it. It worked out. It's working out very well. But anyway, into the whips. So this one is kind of my focus piece for the year because I would like to finish it. I'd like to finish it before the end, or before like June would be great. It's so close. It's so close. I'm just really struggling getting through this page because it's all black. It's just a bunch of black. But I have been making some serious progress because this is what it looked like last time you guys saw it. And my previous pictures are going to be from my last FlossTube in December. So none of my floss miss progress or anything. So keep that in mind when I show you the last one, because I know not everybody watches like recaps and floss miss. They just watch the FlossTubes. So that is where I was in December, and I've been working on it very diligently, and here is where I am now. So I've gotten a ton of this black filled in, and now I'm just working my way down here. And for eating my vegetables and stitching all the black, I'll get to go back over on this side where there's some more blue stitching. And the third brother is in there somewhere. There's still more black, like the bottom corner over here is a lot of black too. So, but this is the densest black, is Death's Cloak. So once it's done, we can celebrate. But it's looking so good. I'm so excited to get this one finished, and I'm gonna frame it. It makes sense to put it in the basement because that's like where all of our movie paraphernalia is, but no one's gonna see it in the basement. Not everybody goes in our basement. So, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But anyway, it's looking very beautiful. The next one is, I didn't say that last one was Deathly Hollows. It's art by DJ Vigo and charted by Thread Geeks. And I think she just retired all those patterns for the second time. So, yeah, I think I posted about it on Instagram before she did it, but yeah, I don't think they're on her site anymore. They might come back because they were retired before and they came back. So hopefully they come back again. I don't know. There's a bunch of them and they're all so pretty. But yeah, so the next one is Moe and Shandon, and this is the White Star pattern charted by Tilted Crafts. The Diddy Stitcher is doing these ones also. She recently pulled out hers, the Imperial, and it's so pretty. Always get excited to see it because it's like so nice. I have that one too. It's like a sister pattern, but I haven't started that one. I've only started this one. But this is what it looked like last time you guys saw it. I didn't really work on this much over Christmas because I didn't take it with me up to the mountains. I was there for like almost 2 weeks, so I only had a couple patterns up there with me because I can't drag all of them. And I didn't take my Lowry stand, which I was sad about, but there's not really anywhere I could put it without like being annoying. So yeah. Anyway, here is where I am now. So I'm kind of just working my way through here, plugging along. I don't really have any plans to like finish this anytime soon. So I've kind of gone like up here and I've been trying to like fill in some of the colors that were missing there. And it's just a lot of confetti and like trying to figure out where the stitches are, but there's really not. I can't really tell because there's no like light on it, but it's really like there's not that much to do left on that part. So yeah, it's looking very nice and I love working on this one. I just love the colors, and like when you get to a good spot and you're like stitching, it feels really good. I don't know why, but anyway, so that's Moe and Shandon. And like I said, this one doesn't really have a goal. It's just kind of like work on it. It's fun to work on. So yeah. All right, my next whip is Shitz Creek Landmarks, which is charted, which is by Stitchy Time Designs, which is on Etsy. This is another one that I would like to finish this year. Yeah, because this and Deathly Hollows are my two oldest whips. So I would like to finish them so that they can be done. And then I can start some new full coverage stuff because I have a lot of it. So yeah. And I don't want to have like a ton of whips. You know, like I know so many people are like, well, if I want to start it, I'm just going to start it and get it up. And that's overwhelming to me. And then I feel like I get overwhelmed by choice of like what to work on. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, this is what it looked like last time. I feel a little rusty. I feel like I haven't done this in a while. And here is what it looks like now. So I have been working in this building over here, which is a lot of light stitches. So you probably can't even tell what I've been doing over here. But this is the end of the chart. So yeah, just trying to get this part finished. And this is a lot of block stitching. So it's like kind of a slog sometimes. Like I remember doing this green part right here and it just felt like an eternity. And like the brown in the apothecary next to it is like, just some sections feel like such a slog because it's so much block stitching and it's so much of the same thing over and over again. So yeah, but I do want to finish this year. I think once I get down, like the Cafe Tropical is like a little more varied, should be fun. But like the Rosebud Motel is like all of this color. So we'll see. All right, so my next whip is my Temperature Galaxy, which is by Climbing Goat Designs. I have done January through September, and then I was just working on this one yesterday, and I've done the first 10 days of October. So last time you guys saw it, it looked like this. I did work on this a lot over Christmas because it's small. Didn't feel like, but the problem is that I have to use like my phone to check the temperature and what color it's supposed to be, and then I use the iPad for the pattern, and it feels like it's a lot, but it holds nicely in your hand. So this is what it looks like now. So I'm starting the last spiral right here. And then there is like a bunch of like white stars poking around in a lot of these places. And then I need to put the name, the city, and the year on the inside. So there's still quite a bit to go on this one. I said in my 2025 plans that I want to finish this in January. So yeah, I really need to get going because what's today, the 16th? Yeah, there's still a lot to do. And I have a couple hanging threads because sometimes if like I'm using the same color and they're like 1 or 2 days apart, I don't want to like move ahead and stitch because I don't want to mess up, but I also am like, oh, well, I don't need to cut it. So I can do that. Yeah, that's all there really is to talk about this one, I guess. Yeah. Usually when I sit down, I can do the highs and lows for 10 days. So 3, 6, 9-ish. So that's 9-ish days, right? Yeah. So I don't know. At least if we get it done in early February, that'd be great. It'd just be one more thing to like check off, you know, we're getting through it. I know a lot of people this year are like whipping down, like they started a bunch last year and now they're like, okay, I gotta whip down because this is, because I have a lot. So I am also trying to whip down because I would like to start some other things that I'm excited about. So yeah. Temperature. Next is my Nostalgia Tarot. My goal on this one for 2025 is to do 2 more cards. So this is such an unruly project. Where do I want to fold this? There we go. So here's where I am on it. I finished the Empress card, so if you want to see it up close and personal, and that is the only card I've done. So now I'm going to be moving over to this side and finishing the frame over on this side, and then I'm going to stitch 2 of the cards up here at the top. I think it's the High Priestess and the Fool. So they'll be more like way over here. But yeah, this is such a large piece of fabric. It's like the bane of my existence. Okay, it's folded up. It's beautiful. Yeah, and that's like just what I want to get done this year. So if I end up getting more cards done, that would be awesome. There's still several that haven't come out yet. And yeah, I think that one will be fun to do. Just got to do it. Like the cards are not huge. They're like 5,000 stitches each, but it's just like, it's a lot because it's a lot of fabric. It feels cumbersome to work on, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so there's that one. And then this is another one that I worked on a lot over Christmas, and that is my Modern Folk Embroidery I'll Be Home for Christmas, and it looks like this. And yeah, I am here now. So I got a bunch of these big snowflakes done. I started on the roof of the house. There's still really a lot to go on this one, but it's so pretty. I'm doing this on like a navy Zweigart Ada. I think it's an 18 count. And it is, I think it's a Classic Colorworks Toasted Marshmallow for the white. So, and then there's like an advent calendar down at the bottom, and I think I decided that I am going to do the advent calendar. So if there's enough room on my fabric, to be quite honest, because I calculated it without it in there, so we shall see. But yeah, that is that one, and I am looking forward to pulling it out again. Like, I don't know, maybe I'll pull it out in July, do like Christmas in July. Otherwise, I'm going to save it for cozy winter before Christmas stitching, because right now, like, it's just cold and brown and ugly and terrible. Like, this is when the seasonal depression like really kicks in. Is like all the lights are gone and it's just desolate and it's really cold, and this is when it snows the most, and it's just not my favorite time of year, you know? It's fine. It's fine. All right, and my last whip is my little Mill Hill ornament. This is my first Mill Hill, so it's been kind of fun to work on. I have finished all of the cross stitching, so that is where we're at. I still have to do the back stitching and the beads, which I'm kind of dragging my feet on because the back stitching is with the like metallic floss that's just awful, and the beads, I'm not too worried about the beads. It's just I got to do the back stitching first, and like I don't want to do that. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So yeah, you know, that's all of my whips that I have been working on. Yeah, I think I was gonna start astronaut and scuba diver over, and I haven't picked it out yet or anything. So one day when I feel like ripping something apart, when I'm really mad, that'll be the day that I work on that. Let's see. So I have been working on some like non-cross stitch stuff. Where are they? They're buried under the whips back here. Okay, so I decided to make these little coasters, and then they're for my mom, and then I forgot to give them to her before she left. She's back in Florida now, but I just got this like cheap fabric from Walmart, I think. And I made these little coasters. And I mean, from like a distance, they look great. But when you start to like really analyze them up close, this one's not too bad. But like, I don't know if you can see the quilting on here, like really went awry in the center there. If I could sew a straight line, that would be like life-changing, you know? I've got this one, which like, again, it doesn't look too bad when you're far enough away from it. And the quilting lines on this one are a little bit better. Like, they're mostly straight, but it did not sew it all the way together. So now you can see like the yellow crappy fabric that's in the middle. I mean, it's all not great fabric, but like the extra crappy fabric that's in the middle, that's like lining the inside is, yeah. So, and then I tried to do some of these ones where it's only 3 colors on top. And yeah, it's, I mean, are they functional? Yeah. Are they beautiful? Absolutely not. But we did it. I sewed them with much frustration and anger. Like, this one's terrible with like the yellow coming out. Anyway, So Mom, when you watch this, I tried. I'll have to give them to her. They come back in a couple weeks and then they go back to Florida. So I'll have to remember to give them to her the next time. And then, so Adam Hart cross stitch, she recently just did the same quilt that I'm working on, the hexagon quilt, which is, oh God, they're gone. So, and she did hers like, I don't know, she did a video on it, making it look like she did it in record time, but I doubt she did. But yeah, she's made 2 of them already, so she's crazy. But yeah, I'd like to start working on that one again. And then I've been working on my English paper piecing stuff, and I've just been making more hexagons. So I need to actually cut more fabrics so that I can make more hexagons. And yeah, that's been fun. So those are kind of like non-cross stitchy things that I'm doing. And then we can talk about my future plans. My future plans are to work on my goals and keep stitching. So keep going on Deathly Hollows, getting that black done. When that black is done, it's gonna feel so good. It's gonna feel so good to get the black done. At least on that page. And then there's more, but like less, you know, it's not like the solid chunk of black anywhere else. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that finished finally. And then I bought a pattern. My husband's not home today, so I bought a pattern for him, and it is the Alien from Alien. Aliens is like one of his favorite movie franchises, Aliens and Predator, but he likes Aliens more. So I got this like Alien. They're like xenomorph or whatever. I don't know. Obviously, it's not my favorite movie franchise. So I bought that for him, and I was like, oh, I want to start it, but I can't buy fabric for it. So last night I was driving at 7:30 p.m. to go get some milk so that my daughter and I could have girl dinner and have protein pancakes for dinner, because we didn't have milk. So I was driving and I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, well, I have like a ton of 18 count gridded Aida, which is courtesy of Emma from New Kid Needleminder. She's also B&E Stitchery on YouTube. And so I was like, oh, I'll just use that. But like, it's monochrome, so it's all like black and grays and stuff. And I don't think there's any white. Maybe. So I was like, oh, I guess I could just do it on the white fabric, because that's like what it looks like in the mock-up and everything. And I was like, well, that's kind of boring, because it'd be cool if I could find like an acidy green would be kind of cool, or like a red. And then I was like, red. And then I was like, oh my gosh, red would be so great, but I cannot spend money on a hand-dyed fabric right now. So I was like, oh, well, what if I just went to Michael's and I got the $6 of RIT dye? I don't know how much it is, but go get the dye, and I dyed it myself red. So I might try that. I don't know. And I feel like that's like a large project where you can't tell what it is for the longest time. And so I can stitch it while he's sitting next to me on the couch all the time and everything. So yeah, I'm thinking about it. I might try to dye the fabric and see how it goes, but it will all depend on the fabric. And maybe I can get it done by Christmas. I don't even know how many stitches it is. I haven't looked at the pattern. I just bought it because it was from Thread Geeks, because it was the buy two, get two. So I bought 3 chrysobugs. And then I bought the one alien one. And I have a problem. Yeah. So that are my future plans right now, as of now. So now I want to get into haul. I know not everybody loves haul videos, but this is just the couple things that I got for Christmas that I wanted to share with you guys. So I forgot to grab one of the things, so I'm going to grab that first, and then we'll go over it. All right, so the first thing that I got is a magnet board to put the needle minders I'm not using on, because I feel like a lot of time I have these needle minders and I don't remember that I have them because they're just like stuck in a drawer somewhere. So I wanted like, and they're so cute, I wanted to display them. So I got this little like magnet board that stands up, and it holds all my minders that I'm not using at the moment. I need to clean it. It's got like drips on it, but yeah, I'm excited. My sister got this for me and it's great because now I can keep all my little minders on it. So that was a fun one. Then my sister also got me this little cup, and it says "Feeling Stabby" on it. And then I was working on my black work pattern, my steady thread one, and the needle minder on there, which I got from Atomic Marsha when I was at the retreat. That one, she was like, "Your needle minder says feeling stabby," and I was like, "I know." So that was fun. I also got this 5-inch square like quilting ruler, and because these are deceivingly expensive. I didn't think it would be that much, but it is. So my mom got this for me for Christmas, and I was gonna make coasters with it, but we know how the coaster event went. So I have some other plans for it, for some other projects. We'll see how successful I am with them. I have these like grandiose sewing plans, and then I forget that I'm not very good at it. So it's fine. Another gift I got from my mom, which I shared in my 2025 plans video, is mermaid perfume, which is a Mirabilia pattern. And this will be my first fancy lady. And so I want to start her later this year, hopefully. It's not a matter of time, it's a matter of money to buy all the things. The Cairn water lilies are expensive, and since it's my first fancy lady, and I don't know if I'm gonna like it, if I'm gonna do another fancy lady ever again, I want to do this one with all the called for stuff. I don't want to take the fancy floss and turn it into like do a DMC conversion or something. Yeah, I wanna do it right. So when I have all of the money to buy fabric and all the things, this is gonna get started. So I'm very excited about that. What else? Oh, then I got these diamond templates for English paper piecing. These are 2-inch. So I'll put a picture up because I returned them. But originally I asked for 1-inch ones because my hexagons are 1-inch hexagons, right? So I was like 1-inch diamonds. Yeah, for sure. They are so small. They were so tiny. I pulled them out and I was like, I don't think this is going to work because they were so tiny. So, I returned those ones and got the 2-inch ones, which feels more manageable. But the goal is, like, you can kind of see, like, depending on how you're looking at it with your brain, there's like squares, like boxes with like the color top, and then it's got the two sides, so they look like a cube kind of. Yeah, that's what I want to make with this. And then it will be like, I think it's called tumbling blocks. And I'm going to make some project bags for my mom and I thought it would be fun to do a different one instead of always doing hexagons. she had this jelly roll sitting around at her house, and so I'm going to make us some project bags out of it. Again, high sewing ideas, low sewing expectations. I'm not the best. I can admit it, you know. I'm still learning. I'm still figuring it out, but it will get done. So I think I had one more thing. Oh, I got a shirt. I was wearing it in my 2025 plans, but I didn't talk about it. It's a shirt and it's green and it says, "That's what I do. I read books, I cross stitch, and I know things." So my mom got me that too for Christmas. So that's all of my Christmas haul for cross stitching things. I got lots of other fun stuff. So yeah, it was lots of sweatshirts. I love a sweatshirt. This is my ugly brown sweater though, because it's big and ugly. I call it my house coat. It's like all folded up and stuff. So yeah, when I'm cold in my house and I'm not wearing a sweatshirt and I just want to throw something easy on, this is it. And I think that is everything for the stitching stuff. So if you only came for the stitching stuff, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more updates, and leave me a comment. I love hearing from you guys and what you're working on. And if you want to hear about the chill things, which is things I'm doing while I'm cross-stitching, we'll get into that right now. So last night I found my new favorite thing. So whenever I hang out with my mom, like a lot of times when we're in the hotels or occasionally if I'm at her house, I'm not usually at her house at this time, but when we go up to the mountains sometimes, we watch Jeopardy. We watch Jeopardy and we watch Wheel of Fortune. And over Christmas, we watched a lot of The Price is Right. And a lot of football. I've watched more football in like the 2 weeks of Christmas and New Year's than I have in my entire life. Pretty sure. So my mom and I, we watched Jeopardy, and like neither of us are very good at it. You know, average person yelling, like maybe you get 4 or 5 answers the whole show, or you're like, I know that one. So they came out with, it's on Prime, and it's Pop Culture Jeopardy. And so it's kind of like just bar trivia. And there's like teams of 3, and they're going through like knockout rounds and everything. And Colin Jost hosts it, and it's awesome because I'm like good at it, you know? And I think in the first episode, Colin Jost was like, yeah, finally a Jeopardy for the people who get mad at the contestants for not getting the rapper questions right. And that is it. That is it. So I sat on the couch last night while I was cross-stitching, and I played, well, I didn't play it, but I yelled at the TV when I knew the answers. Pop Culture Jeopardy. And it was really fun. It's a fun show, and the people are fun. And yeah, you should definitely watch it if you like pop culture and yelling at your TV. And then my husband came home, and he was like, what are you watching? Why are there so many people? Is this Jeopardy? And I was like, it's not Celebrity Jeopardy. There is a Celebrity Jeopardy, I think. But he's like, no, this is pop culture. And I was like, we know the answers to this. And so he sat down on the couch and started yelling at the TV when he knew the answers. So yeah, it was really fun. Go watch it if you like pop culture and you like bar trivia and stuff like that, because it was really fun. Let's see, I finished, what was it called? A Game of Fate? Yeah, I finished A Game of Fate. I listened to the audiobook, even though I have the book. I bought the book because my library didn't have the audiobook available at all, and now they did. So I listened to the audiobook. It was great. The touch of darkness, like this Hades Persephone story, by Scarlet St Clair. Yes, Scarlet St Clair. She, I really love it. It's terrible, but it's great. It's very smutty, so if you don't like smut, don't read it. But if you like smut, 5 stars. So A Touch of Darkness and everything, that series is told from like Persephone's perspective mostly. And then these ones are told from Hades' perspective mostly. So like I know the plot points of what's happening like when they're together. But there's a lot of times in Persephone's books where he's gone and she's like, where the heck were you? And like, what's happening? And now you get to like see what he is doing and what he's up to. But I think there's only one left after. I'm listening to the second one right now. So this one is A Game of Retribution, and I'm like halfway through, and I need to like get down to business and really listen to it and finish it, because I also have One Dark Window ready to go. So I want to read that, and then Onyx Storm comes out in like next week. And I have it on hold at the library, and I'm like 300 something on the list, so I don't know if I'll get it right away, which would be good because I have these other ones that I want to listen to. And if I get Onyx Storm, I know I'm just going to be like, forget everything. It's time for Onyx Storm. If you don't know, Onyx Storm is the 3rd book in the 4th Wing series. And then, yeah. I'm really looking forward to that. So, One Dark Window, which I've seen a lot of people reading. I know nothing about it, but I have FOMO, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, that's where I am on audiobooks. I've been rewatching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which has been wonderful. Such a great show. Super funny. And I watched Fall Guy because it was on Prime, and I wasn't really thinking I would like it because they did that Ryan Reynolds one where he was like a video game character. And I didn't really love that one. And I thought it was kind of going to be like the same vibes. Like, not like I knew Ryan Reynolds was like a stuntman and everything. Or not, it's not Ryan Reynolds, it's Ryan Gosling. I knew Ryan Gosling was like a stunt person and everything, but I didn't like... Yeah, the story was cute and it was interesting and I really liked it. I would watch it again. I also finished season 2 of Loot, which is a show on Apple TV Plus, and it's got Maya Rudolph in it, and it is hilarious. Season 2 was so funny. I rewatched season 1 with my mom up in Breckenridge while we were there over Christmas, and we didn't really get to season 2, but season 2 is so funny. There was just like a lot of laugh out loud moments that were hilarious. It's a great show. I'm sure it will be another like 2 years before I get to watch season 3, but you know, that's just how shows are nowadays. And I've talked about this and how much it annoys me. But anyway, that's been really great. I did go see Wicked with my mom and my sister and my daughter. My daughter was bored. I don't know if she's bored. She just can't sit still. And so like she fidgets. And a lot of times when she fidgets, she's chewing on her fingers. Like she eats herself because she needs to do something. So I gave her like something out of my purse to play with. And then finally I gave her my hair tie, and that was the winner. She just like played with the hair tie to watch the movie, and yeah, that worked out. But I really enjoyed it. Sometimes I felt like it was a little slow, but I feel like maybe it was slow because I knew my daughter was like not 100% there. So maybe I was like, okay, this movie needs to be over before she's like done. It's a long movie, but it was very enjoyable. I liked how they kept all the songs pretty much the same. I love that. Okay, spoilers here. I love that Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth are in it. Like they have their little like moment, and that's amazing. I think that was such a good idea, like to include them in it, because they are the originals of the characters. And yeah, I loved it. I loved Ariana Grande as Glinda. She did such a great job. And Jonathan Bailey, I couldn't really take seriously as Fiyero, just because, you know, he's like, I know him only from Bridgerton, but I mean, he was good. It was all great. I loved the like sets and the scenes and all the dancing and stuff. It was just like it was like Wicked the musical from Broadway on crack. And I loved that. It's really good. Really enjoyed that one. I have not watched it a second time. I probably should though, because I did leave at some point to get my daughter a Band-Aid because she chewed herself so much. So I have no idea what part I missed, but yeah. So enjoyed that. Love how it stayed true to the musical and it didn't change it too much, but it was kind of expanded and elaborated a little bit, and it was great. And finally, we have been watching Silo, which is also an Apple TV Plus show. The last episode is tomorrow, and it's, even though they release it every week, it goes by so fast. Like those 10 episodes are like, you're just like, it's done. And you have more questions than answers at that point, which makes sense because, you know, they want you to come back. There was a satisfying, we watched one episode and I was like, well, that was satisfying because I feel like they answered a lot of questions. But the other problem is that we know they answered some questions, so that I think it was the last episode we watched, so episode 9. And I think that they answered questions just so they can be like, oh, see, look, we answered those questions, but now there's more questions, you know? It's like your whip pile. You finally get it down to a manageable thing, and then you're like, I'm going to start all the things. Yeah, but it's still such a good show. It's really great. And this one's like, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's good. Definitely recommend it, especially if you've never watched it. Then you can kind of binge the 3 seasons before the 4th one comes out. I think they're doing a 4th. I hope they're doing a 4th. So yeah, it's been wild times over here, and now we're starting to get back into the rhythm of things. We were up in the mountains for such a long time. My husband went down and up. My sister went down and up a few times, and we just stayed there the whole time. And it snowed a ton. And I mean, I don't leave the house. But we did go ice skating. My daughter's friend came up for New Year's, so that was kind of nice to have a buddy, because she is the only grandchild on that side. So it's just her and us adults. She did say she was excited for her fun aunt and uncles to come up. I was like, what am I, chopped liver? So yeah, it was a really good time. Christmas was great. New Year's was great. And yeah, now we're just settling in. I have to register my daughter for middle school this weekend, which hurts my little heart a little bit. But yeah, and also my husband is still looking for a job, and I am also looking for jobs. So we're kind of, our job is apply right now. So I've applied for a couple video jobs. I've been trying to do some transcription jobs because I am very good at typing. Mavis Beacon really did me well. So yeah, that's kind of the life update that we have going on over here in the Luciano camp. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my rambling. I really appreciate it. If you made it this far, please leave a like and definitely subscribe so that you can see some more updates on my projects, because this year is going to be an exciting year. I'm going to finish some things. I'm going to start some fun things. It's going to be a great year. There's going to be some sewing. I'm going to get better at sewing. join me on my sewing journey. And yeah, I will see you guys all in the next video. Hopefully we'll be back to those 2-week floss tubes. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.